Here's a little addition to that last video of projected divine rays of Vishnu and also reflected energy that I can perceive. Okay. So, when the ray is projected, whenever you consider projected energy coming from Vishnu, a ray of Vishnu, we conceive of it, okay, the ray left. No, the ray never leaves. It's eternal. In that aspect, there doesn't have to be a positive, negative, a black or white, or this or that. No, there doesn't have to be. The positive and negative in everything that we have that is reflected in us, that creates electricity. That creates vibration, right? Frequency and matter. That's what it creates. So and the matter is dependent on it. You know? The frequency is dependent on it. The vibration is dependent on it. Because it's just like going and that's it. It's not coming back. It doesn't exist anymore. That is reflected. That is what you could come down and say, that is the creation of Maya. Like two sources. Instead of just one source, you got two sources. And they're all temporary, you know. One actually eliminates the other, the positive and negative. But one is just as necessary as the other. A person may say, oh, why are there so many wars? Oh, why do people suffer so much? Well, to keep this place going, you got to have it. There's no doubt about it. If you have somebody with what you would classify as positive energy, you have to have somebody that has negative energy to balance it out. One cannot exist without the other. That's even in the creation, if from the backside of Brahma comes entity that want to chase after him. Yeah, they want to chase after him. So from his front part and from his mind and everything comes things that are like in a positive, and from his backside comes the negative. So he's in that realm as a creator. Not as our first guru, Brahma, Madhva, Gaudiya Sampradaya, but just as a personality representing the creator. This Brahma is special. He became a great devotee and he's a leader of our Sampradaya. So, projected energy is not understandable by us because the ray may be coming from, but it doesn't lose energy. All these guys with cars, whether it's petrol, whether it's gas, whether it's, whatever, solar, whatever, they always have to be charging it. They have to get it going. My body has to always be charged. It is totally dependent on reflected energy. And it can't escape it. Birth, death, old age, and disease. Or try to escape those, You can't do it. That's it. Well, we can connect. We, as the soul, we can connect with projected energy and also exist in the reflected energy. Narottam Gupta, who was Srila Prabhupada's Ayurvedic doctor, he pointed out to the devotees there that he has no fat. That means the covering on the wires of his nerves, they're not covered. There's no fat there in his body. So the amount of heat that he is perceiving, I know it was, in November, but still, the amount of heat that he is perceiving is incredible. Yet it's not bothering him. He is sitting in projected energy. He is not sitting in reflected energy. So he is able to do this. Ourselves, we would feel like we were burning up. If somebody was to remove you can't even imagine. You could take your nerves and wrap them around the world, I think 3 times, nerves and veins and everything can go around 3 times. So that's a lot. And for them not to be protected, and for him to be perceiving the energy flowing from his big toe all the way up to his head, and still be able to be peaceful, you know that he is connected with the projected energy. That's it. He's connected. The projected energy is maintaining him, not the reflected energy at all. He's staying in his body until a certain time and leaving at that time. Yeah. So that gives you just a hint of what projective energy is. And if you connect with that person that is already connected with the projected energy, if you connect with that person, then that person has the ability to not by your power, but by his power, he can uplift you and give you entrance into the projected energy. That's why Uttama, Madhyam can be perceived. You can reach that. But Uttama cannot be, Prem Bhakti Uttama Adhikari. You cannot do that unless you're uplifted by another personality. That's just the laws that are there. He can give you some kripa to make it through Kanishta and Madhyam and everything. But special energy from him has to come to uplift you and give you that position of Uttama. Back to the point, it has no positive negative. It has no beginning or end. It's the ray from Vishnu. What is from Vishnu is eternal. And to conceive of it is impossible. To conceive of it's impossible. Because we're watching changes. But the changes, Krishna is not watching the changes in the day and the night and the moon and the sun and everything. He is watching in relationship with Radha. He's seeing, the gold of the sun is Radha's body. He's seeing the origin. So that origin is not going to fade away. The sun may have some movement and the stars may have some movement and everything, but Radharani is not going to fade away. He's seeing in that. So it's never disconnected. Never think it's disconnected from the projective energy. The projective energy must be there to support it. In any case, even if the person isn't a devotee, it has to be there to support it. And then the illusion comes when we depend solely on I can see it, I believe it. I can hear it, I can believe it. And when you depend only on your abilities and you don't ask that, you be helped to understand, you don't ask to see something, then you'll never see it. You'll never enter into that realm. That calling must be there. Don't mind that you're here. There's nothing you can do about it. Everything around you. And why argue about the one person that is in the negative energy and the other person that's in the positive energy? And both of them are never in the projected energy. There's no difference. Oh, he's a very pious man. Well, that's very good, but he's in the reflected energy. And, oh, he's very bad. Oh, yeah, well, okay. I hope you get the understanding that it's not a place to be. Even if you're not there yet, like myself, not there yet, you have to come to that point. So you have to ask to come to that point. According to us, chanting Hare Krishna helps one come to that point. And if you want to come to that point quicker, you find somebody who is at that point. That is like the biggest blessing. Somebody who is already into that projective energy and he's delving into our reflected energy. That personality. That personality can definitely uplift you to the max. So, understand, I must have negative and positive. Must. Whether it's in my food, whether it's in anything that exists around me, there must be a negative and positive. That's the only way that it can be maintained. Protons are positive and electrons are negative, and this is how it has to be. There's no other way that it can be maintained. The reflected energy cannot be maintained without a positive and negative. But we are standing in the middle of the positive and negative, and we are feeling the reaction of when the combination happens, the positive and negative combinations happen, and we're thinking it's real. Not only that, we're affected by it. So, but its existence depends on time and space. Projected energy does not depend on time and space. It can enter into the reflected energy. It can manifest. Matter of fact, it's the supporter. Without the projected energy, this is not supported. This is like the string that ties all the pearls together on a necklace. If one was to take away the string of the projected energy, then all the pearls fall off. So the reflected energy is dependent on, but why would I want to be dependent on the reflected energy when it itself is dependent on the projected energy? No, not smart. You try to enter into the area, the energy of the projected energy, and try to be uplifted by it. Not to do it is like a foolishness. You can't say anything more than that. Not to chant Hare Krishna or not to pray to God or anything like that. It's just foolishness. Waste of time. Waste of human effort. Yeah, waste of human effort. So I hope that gives a little bit more of a concrete observation of what the difference between projected and its divine energy. Projected divine energy of Vishnu. The rays of Vishnu. The rays of Vishnu are always there. Where I sit on his rays is called a yantra. I have sat on his ray, and I have traveled through innumerable bodies. I've probably traveled innumerable universes. I've traveled and I still haven't gone back to Godhead. So I'm praying that this one is the last. Let's end this drama. It's a big drama, just a big drama. Yeah, let's end this drama and get back home, back to Godhead, because it's not such a nice place around here. Okay, of course, we're loving everything. My emotional interchange with the energy, I know I'm not observing or feeling the projected energy, but I know that it is connected as much as I am connected to the projected energy. So as much as I am part of that energy of Krishna, also all the reflected energy that I come in contact, it is also coming from Krishna. And it is still always in contact with. It would not exist. You would pull the string out and all the pearls fall. So I love that energy. Okay, it's acting bad. Okay, it's acting good. It's this, that, and the other. I perceive it in different manners. But I exchange loving affection to it, and praying that it comes to the point of also understanding that it is connected with the projected. We cannot motivate anything. We cannot do anything without sitting on the projected energy. We can't do anything. That's the last fact. I can't move my mouth. I can't look with my eyes. I can't smell with my nose or hear with my ears or taste with my tongue if it wasn't for myself being connected with the projected energy. But it feels like it's behind me. You understand? I'm not seeing it in front. That good rasgula that I want to eat and everything, I'm not seeing it in front. But okay, I can tell you I'm in the projected energy, but that rasgula is, too much good. I don't see it, but it's there. It's that everything is being maintained by that energy. The reflected energy only exists temporarily. So you know that all these things coming and going, disappearing and coming into our existence, they're temporary. So think about it and give some other descriptions of what projected energy is. Give me a little more of an enlightenment, a little bit opening of my eyes. Yeah. So I can also learn from it. Hare Krishna, Hare Ram. Yeah. Hare 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 Sitaram, Sitaram.